Terrifying true tales, the most chilling real-life horror stories, unexplained paranormal events. Welcome to our channel, where we take you deep into the most terrifying real-life horror stories ever recorded. These tales of unexplained paranormal events will not only haunt your nightmares, but also leave you questioning the very nature of reality. Join us as we explore cursed objects, haunted locations, and mysterious disappearances that defy explanation. The Ghostly Bride of Changi Hospital. Changi Hospital in Singapore, originally built in the 1930s, is one of the most haunted places in Asia. During World War II, it was repurposed as a Japanese prisoner of war camp, where countless soldiers and civilians were tortured and executed. Among the many spirits that reportedly haunt the hospital, the Ghostly Bride is one of the most tragic. According to legend, a young woman was waiting to be married when she was brutally killed in the hospital. Her spirit, still dressed in her wedding gown, is said to wander the dark, decaying corridors, endlessly searching for her lost groom. Visitors and paranormal investigators have reported seeing her apparition, hearing unexplained sobs, and feeling an overwhelming sense of sorrow in the areas where she is most often seen. The Ghostly Bride of Changi Hospital remains one of the most compelling ghost stories to come out of Asia. The mysterious disappearance of the Flannan Isles Lighthouse Keepers. The Flannan Isles, a remote group of islands off the coast of Scotland, are the setting for one of the most baffling mysteries in maritime history. In December 1900, three lighthouse keepers, James Ducat, Thomas Marshall, and Donald MacArthur, vanished without a trace. When a relief ship arrived, the lighthouse was found completely deserted. The clocks had stopped, the lamps were unlit, and a meal was left uneaten on the table. Investigations revealed that the logs kept by the keepers mentioned severe storms that had not been reported by any other ships in the area. The final entry, made by MacArthur, stated that the storm has passed, the seas are calm, God is over all. Despite extensive searches, no evidence of their fate was ever found. Theories range from a freak wave sweeping them away to alien abduction, but the truth remains a mystery. The Flannan Isles Lighthouse mystery continues to intrigue and terrify those who hear it. The vanishing village of Anjikuni Lake. In 1930, an Inuit village located near Anjikuni Lake in the remote wilderness of Canada vanished completely, leaving behind a mystery that remains unsolved to this day. When a fur trapper named Joe LaBelle arrived at the village, he found it eerily deserted. The fires were still burning, food was left cooking, but there was not a single soul in sight. Even more disturbingly, the graves in the village's cemetery had been emptied, with the bodies removed. A subsequent investigation by the Royal Canadian Mounted Police failed to provide any answers. Some theories suggest the villagers were taken by extraterrestrials, while others believe they were victims of supernatural forces. However, no evidence has ever been found to explain what happened to the villagers of Anjikuni Lake, making this one of the most chilling unsolved mysteries in Canadian history. The Phantom of the Flying Dutchman. The legend of the Flying Dutchman is one of the oldest and most enduring ghost ship stories in maritime lore. According to the legend, the Flying Dutchman is a cursed ship, doomed to sail the oceans for eternity, never able to make port. The ship was commanded by Captain Hendrik van der Decken, who, during a perilous voyage around the Cape of Good Hope, defied the wrath of God and swore he would complete his journey no matter what. As a result, he and his crew were condemned to sail forever. Over the centuries, sailors have reported sightings of the ghostly ship, usually during storms or in treacherous waters. It is said that seeing the Flying Dutchman is a bad omen, often foretelling disaster or death. The Phantom of the Flying Dutchman remains one of the most terrifying and enduring legends of the sea. The haunted Winchester Mystery House. The Winchester Mystery House in San Jose, California, is one of the strangest and most unsettling places in the United States. The sprawling mansion was built by Sarah Winchester, the widow of William Wirt Winchester, the inventor of the famous Winchester rifle. After the deaths of her husband and infant daughter, Sarah became convinced that she was cursed by the spirits of those killed by Winchester rifles. To appease these spirits, she began constructing a massive, labyrinthine mansion filled with architectural oddities, staircases leading to nowhere, doors that open into walls, and windows that overlook other rooms. Construction continued non-stop for 38 years, driven by Sarah's belief that as long as the house was being built, the spirits could not harm her. Despite its confusing and bizarre design, the house is said to be haunted by numerous ghosts, including Sarah herself. The Winchester Mystery House has become a popular destination for paranormal investigators and thrill seekers who come to experience its unsettling atmosphere and numerous ghost sightings. The Voodoo Queen of New Orleans. Marie Laveau, known as the Voodoo Queen of New Orleans, is one of the most legendary figures in American folklore. Born in the late 18th century, she became a powerful practitioner of voodoo, combining African spiritual practices with Catholicism and Native American traditions. Marie was revered and feared in equal measure, known for her healing powers, love potions, and curses. Even after her death in 1881, her influence remains strong. Her tomb in St. Louis Cemetery No. 1 is a pilgrimage site for those seeking her favor or hoping to break a curse. Many visitors have reported strange occurrences near her tomb, including feeling an unseen presence, hearing whispers, and seeing mysterious symbols appear on the walls. The legend of Marie Laveau continues to cast a long shadow over New Orleans, and her spirit is said to still roam the city she once ruled. The eerie shadows of the Tower of London. The Tower of London, with its dark history of executions and imprisonment, is one of the most haunted places in England. Built in the 11th century, it has been the site of countless deaths, including some of the most famous figures in British history. Among the most famous ghostly residents is Anne Boleyn, the second wife of King Henry VIII, who was beheaded in 1536. Her ghost is said to wander the tower, carrying her severed head under her arm. Another well-known spirit is that of the princes in the tower, the young sons of Edward IV, who were murdered in the tower and whose ghosts have been seen playing in the halls. Visitors to the Tower of London often report seeing eerie shadows, hearing disembodied voices, and feeling an overwhelming sense of dread. The tower's dark history and the many tragic events that took place within its walls have made it a hotspot for paranormal activity and one of the most famous haunted locations in the world. The mysterious case of the Greenbrier Ghost. In the small town of Greenbrier, West Virginia, in 1897, a young woman named Zona Heaster Shue died under mysterious circumstances. Her husband, Edward Shue, claimed she had fallen down the stairs, but her mother, Mary Jane Heaster, was convinced otherwise. Mary Jane began having vivid dreams in which Zona's ghost appeared to her, revealing that she had been murdered by Edward. The ghost provided details of the crime, showing how Edward had broken her neck. Armed with this information, Mary Jane convinced local authorities to exhume Zona's body, where they found evidence of foul play. Edward was arrested, tried, and convicted of murder, with Zona's ghostly testimony playing a key role in the trial. The Greenbrier Ghost case is one of the few instances in American legal history where a ghost's testimony was admitted in court, making it a unique and chilling tale of justice from beyond the grave. These unbelievable horror stories and real paranormal events remind us that the line between reality and the supernatural is often thinner than we think. Subscribe to our channel for more historical horror stories and real-life scary stories that will keep you up at night and leave you questioning what's truly out there.